Shout out to our sponsor, Sherry's Berries.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and who wouldn't love something sweet? Thanks to Sherry's Berries, you can send your loved ones, or yourself, because you deserve it, some freshly dipped strawberries for just $19.99.
Yeah, just visit berries.com, click the microphone in the top right corner, and use the offer code THEKNOW with a space. Welcome to Now, I'm John Reisinger.
And I'm Adam Ellis.
Are you ready for a brand new, shiny Bioware IP next year? Of course you are.
Well, it's happening according to officials at Electronic Arts during their third quarter earnings calls last night. Now, normally these calls are to discuss boring financial matters, but EA managed to drop a whole lot of news on us.
Like, what else, you ask? Well, besides the Bioware news, EA officials discussed the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront sequel and also gave some sales projections for Mass Effect Andromeda, and we learned a little more about how Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 sold last year.
But first, the new Bioware IP. For starters, it sounds like EA and Bioware think pretty highly of this new game, whatever it might be. EA officials said it will be an action title that will disrupt the genre, according to VG247.
CEO Andrew Wilson didn't get into a lot of specifics, but he did offer a ton of generalities. In talking about the new IP, he said that this game has the potential to fundamentally disrupt the way people think about an action title, bringing friends together to play in an exhilarating new way. We're very excited about the future of this new franchise and its ability to attract a large global audience.
Wilson said that the genre-melding game is a wholly owned new IP and described it as an action-adventure title, not an RPG.
He went on to say that when you think about this game, you should be thinking about the great RPG character development and storyline progression that Bioware is known for, but in a world of greater action and greater adventure, which is growing to be one of the larger categories in games.
Okay, well that tells us something, I
Sure.
guess, yeah. So it sounds like a possible multiplayer action game that somehow brings people together. Maybe a fighting game, a spiritual successor to Contra, so many unanswered questions.
Yeah, Bioware VP Aaron Flynn also talked about the new IP in a blog post on the Bioware site yesterday.
In 2012, we began crafting a new universe full of new characters, stories, and gameplay, he wrote. Our ambition is simple. Draw upon 20 plus years of development knowledge lessons to create something fun and new for you and your friends to enjoy.
He went on to write, there's nothing quite as exciting as building a new IP from scratch, and it will be even more thrilling for us to share more with you in the future.
The game is set for release sometime toward the end of Q4 2018, which, if that's true, means it will be released before March 31st, 2018.
And nothing ever gets delayed ever in gaming history. So hopefully they'll make an official announcement soon and give us at least the trailer.
Meanwhile, Star Wars Battlefront 2 also discussed in the EA earnings call, and Wilson said the game will be bigger and better than the first one. Let's fucking hope so. EA has said that Battlefront 2 is coming this year, and Wilson said players will have access to more heroes and characters across multiple Star Wars eras. He also said there will be a new single-player campaign, and that more info will be shared in the coming months.
EA has said in the past that Battlefront 2 will have a single-player campaign, but the fact that characters will span multiple eras is definitely news. At any rate, it definitely sounds like EA is gearing up for a big push for Battlefront 2 later this year.
Speaking of upcoming games, EA officials said that they expect Mass Effect Andromeda, which releases next month, to sell 3 million copies in the first few days. By comparison, Mass Effect 3 sold 6 million units overall. EA officials didn't say how much they think Mass Effect Andromeda will sell over its lifetime, however, which makes sense because they almost never talk about their internal sales projections. Mass Effect Andromeda releases on March 21st for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I can't fucking wait! I can't wait. I'm excited for it. I want to play it.
I can tell. But that's not all we learned from the earnings call. EA also said a new Need for Speed is in the works. Wilson said the game is an ambitious title that will focus on competitive online racing. It's expected to be released sometime before March 2018, which is about the same time frame they gave us for the new Bioware IP.
EA officials also discussed the performance of 2 of last year's biggest games, Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2.
Battlefield 1 had the biggest launch ever in the franchise, according to EA, and its player base during the launch quarter was 50% larger than Battlefield 4's. Overall, the game has sold better than expected, EA said.
Meanwhile, EA CFO Blake Jorgensen said that Titanfall 2 sold less than expected, which is not a surprise.
Yeah.
But he said that EA will continue to support the game and that there's plenty of content on the way. While the game had disappointing sales, EA officials called Titanfall 2 one of the best games of this console generation. And I kind of have to agree, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, anybody who played it, I've heard liked it, but just not enough people played it. They also called Battlefield 1 a higher margin title compared to Titanfall 2, which probably means that EA had a lot more invested in it than it did Titanfall, which was made by a third-party developer, Respawn Entertainment.
Speaking of really popular games, EA also informed us that FIFA 17 was the best-selling console title in the world last year, with more than 10 million people having played it, its single-player mode. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think a single person in the company played it.
Nope.
Yep, but we're just a bunch of plebs. As for EA's financial health, its revenue for the quarter was $1.4 billion, which was up 7.4% from the previous year. A big part of that was digital sales. EA reported its digital sales were $685 million, which is up more than 20% from the previous year. That's a big jump and good news for EA, considering that publishers and developers make more off digital sales than they do physical copies.
So to wrap up, there's a new IP from Bioware dropping next year that's going to shake up the action genre, and until then, we'll be looking forward to Battlefront 2 and Mass Effect Andromeda. Don't screw these up, EA. Don't.
Please. What do you think of the new Bioware action game? Is that something you'd be interested in? Are you excited about Battlefront 2 and all that fun stuff? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your Bioware and EA news, be sure to like this video and subscribe to The Know.
Thanks to Sherry's Berries for sponsoring this update.
Valentine's Day is coming faster than you think, so don't put off that shopping.
Think your loved ones would like some freshly dipped strawberries? We do, because we fight over them whenever we get some in the office. That's a true story.
You can send anybody a batch for just $19.99. Just go to berries.com, click the microphone in the top right corner, and enter code THE KNOW with a space.